Welcome back. You're watching The Money Show with me, Kavita Thapliyal. We move on now with the benchmarking indices hitting fresh highs in India. The focus in the market has largely been on the equity side. Inflation seems to be under control and chances of further rate hikes look slim. So what does this mean for debt market or fixed income market? Is it time to stay invested in debt? And is worst behind for the markets? Let's analyze all of this with Lakshmi Iyer, CEO, Kotak Investment Advisors. Lakshmi, good evening and welcome to the show. So we are scheduled for a lot of data this week also. The CPI coming in a few days. We also have US inflation data coming in this week, and later this month we'll be having the Fed thing also. But then overall, let's just talk about this month. And a few days back when we were discussing, we were talking about inflation cooling down slightly, but then now looking at tomato and other veggie prices and spices prices, I think the data that's about to come in this week looks slightly high on the food prices side. So do you still believe that the pause in the rate hike will be an ideal situation for RBI, or you think that looking at the expectations and the huger possibility of the data to come out on a higher end also, we can see a slight rise over there?
Hi, Kavita. So I'll tell you clearly, if you look at the food prices, specifically, the tomato, onion, and potato prices, they're actually over the top, largely led by tomato prices, which if you see last month, as in the May over June month, it's almost up close to 40%. And on an aggregate, if you take all these three put together, they're up almost 16 to 17%. Now, that means the June inflation number over May, there could be an uptick of at least 30 to 40 basis points. So that's number one. So 4.25 was the number for May, and 4.5 to 4.665 could well be the number for the June. But even after all that, if you see the aggregate April, May, June quarter number could well be at par with RBI's estimate. So that's a positive sign. And much of the spillover, it's not just these vegetable prices, but also some of the pulses, rice, wheat, all of these are up month on month. So the next quarter, which is the July, August, September, is where you could see, some impact of inflation. But is it sufficient enough for RBI to hike interest rates? Well, the answer still seems to be in the negative. We are in for an extended pause. The bond yields obviously have started reflecting this sentiment, and we've started seeing, the yields move up almost 20 to 30, 35 basis points across the curve. So clearly that's what we are, in for. And till such time we see some easing on that front, I think it's very unlikely that you're going to see this extended pause narrative change for now.
All right, so that's on the Indian front or the domestic front. But then what about US and the kind of commentary also we saw, and also the kind of data that we've seen coming out? A minor rise over there or raise over there in the interest rate that's expected?
Well, yes, if you look at the US 10-year yields, it's breached very meaningfully past the 4% mark on the higher side, currently trading at around 4.07, 4.08. Clearly, again, we look at something known as the dot plots or the Fed fund futures. What is the amount of pricing in that is happening right now? So even today, as we speak, there is a 0.5%, which is, 50 basis points more of rate hike, which is being buffered into the current levels. So at least one rate hike seems to be in the offing, because there seems to be clearly a tale of two cities or two countries in this matter, where India, there is still a reasonably more docile environment, but rest of the world, including the US, the UK and the Eurozone, the inflation and the overall big picture on the macro front still needs to stabilize, which means we're not yet done with hiking of rates in the US as yet.
So, Lakshmi, what kind of scenario it is? See, on the equity front, we are seeing markets at all-time high. On the debt front, the bond yields have also factored the kind of possibilities in terms of reports and inflation data, and there has been a minor hike over there. So, if we just talk about debt, do you think this is the last chapter of the entire debt story, as far as this year is concerned and the interest rate trajectory is concerned? What do you say?
So as I said, Kavita, earlier also, the yields are going to move in a groove. It's a slightly upward moving trajectory, but is that going to be a forever upward moving mark? Well, unlikely. If you look at the 10-year benchmark, which is the bond 10-year benchmark, similar to what we track in Nifty for equities, it's ruling at around 7.15, 7.16. Can there be another maybe 10 basis uptick? Can these yields go closer to the 7-quarter region? The answer is yes. But are we seeing a non-stop? And also we need to keep in mind that there is, supply of bonds, government bonds also coming up in this quarter. It's a reasonably high supply quarter. So, given all that, it's but natural to see some uptick in yields, which was in line with our expectation. But are we seeing a relentless rise in yields? Very, very unlikely, given the fact that this half, or this first half of the financial year, you also see a slightly tepid credit growth on the banking side, and then of course subsequently it picks up. So I think we are in for a range bound kind of a movement. Will 10-year breach 7% meaningfully on the lower side? Well, unless there are rate cut expectations building in with a lag of 2 quarters, that's very unlikely. And again, to breach 7-quarter, we require very strong global uptick in yields. So beyond, say, a 4-quarter on the US 10-year is when we can start seeing significant cracks on Indian bond yields as well. But for now, I think there's reasonable liquidity in the banking system, closer to 1.8 trillion rupees. I think that will keep a reasonable anchor on especially the mid end of the yield curve.
So looking at this current scenario, Lakshmi, do we still have time to park in money in fixed instrument, at least for the short term?
Yes, absolutely. I think one can continue. In fact, earlier on, we had, suggested that one could look at across the credit spectrum, given that the tolerance or the risk appetite in this kind of an environment for investors in moderate, risk kind of credit also can be taken. I think that view stands. And that is your pursuit of adding on to a little bit higher yield onto the portfolio at a time when the general macro for India Inc. looks to be fairly bright.
All right, that will be all. Thank you so much, Lakshmi, for being on the show. And coming ahead this week, I think, again, we'll be seeing you on the show with all the data outcomes. Thank you.
Thank you.
On that note, we'll take a quick break, but then post that, let's talk about investing in small cap with Feroze Aziz and also get your mutual fund portfolio queries answered by Feroze after this break.